guys, welcome back to our channel. We are the Uncensored Tycoons.
Yeah.
And we're coming back to you guys today with another video. Before we get into it, I'm Flo.
Vicky. I'm Tola.
If you like what you see so far, I think now is a good time to subscribe, like our videos, go back and watch any previous video that you've seen. Click that notification bell so that you know when we release new videos. And then, I guess, welcome to the family.
Yeah, right.
So today we're going to be talking about working a 9-to-5 versus entrepreneurship. It's a topic that is quite common.
Yep.
Especially with millennials nowadays, but we want to explore what the pros and the cons of both are, because together we have enough experience to actually talk on both.
Yes.
Give us a disclaimer.
This disclaimer, okay, is here right now. This is just our opinion.
That's right.
And our experience.
That's right.
Do not take it personal.
Yes.
No, we're not saying we're experts.
Yeah.
This is just our opinion.
And our experience.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Okay, so which one should we take first? 9-to-5 or entrepreneurship?
Well, I think
9-to-5.
you're like the most 9-to-5 out of all of us, sadly. But I've dabbled in 9-to-5 and so has Tala. So you can go 9-to-5.
Okay.
Pros.
So a bit about me first is that I currently work at 9-to-5, as has been mentioned. And then in addition to that, I also run a few businesses as well. What are the pros of working a 9-to-5? I'll be lucky if I find two.
I know.
Honestly,
I know.
There must be something that you.
There are.
There is the stability.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're going to earn a specific amount every month.
Yeah.
It's gonna land in your account on the same date every month, come what may. That is definitely
you're able to plan. Because
you
know 3K, no matter what, Friday 29th
is coming through.
It's coming
through.
Right.
You can plan ahead. You can plan months in advance,
yeah.
holidays, trips, anything. That is definitely a good pro. Theories of being uncensored. Our battery just died. But we're continuing on from where we left off. We have not cut anything off. Okay. What was I saying? I was saying
things like
things like sick pay.
Yeah.
It's definitely another pro from working a 9-to-5. I mean, if you're ill or you can't go to work for any reason, you can still expect your full amount to be paid into your account. I mean, that is sweet.
Maternity.
Good one. For obviously wives or young people who are pregnant or looking to be pregnant, it's obviously more of a security blanket. If you're looking to go on maternity leave, you have that option to be paid throughout your maternity period, which is
key.
Aces, honestly.
Yeah.
What are the pros?
We should be asking you.
Pension scheme.
Is that really a pro? Is that really a pro? Anyone can have a pension.
Yeah, anyone can. But people like in 9-to-5, they actually swear that they take, like, someone's taking out their pension and saving it for them.
I guess it's
because
good for people who may not be disciplined enough to do it themselves.
And when you're doing, like, obviously when you have a
business,
exactly, when you're running,
if you can't save any money,
if you can't save money, don't do it.
But then that's why, like, 9-to-5ers will swear by that, because they love that.
Everything's basically done. It's true, because whatever money you're getting, it's like my money to spend.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about your taxes. You're not thinking about pension. You're not thinking about. It's just like, future
everything
savings
has been deducted and everything
so whatever you're getting
is yours.
Yeah, whereas when you're an entrepreneur, it's like you have to consider profits, net profits, tax, pension, insurance, all that, and then sometimes it can even be like, what's the point?
Yeah. I agree. I'm trying to think of any other pros to working a 9-to-5. I have many cons, don't worry, it's coming. I guess
do you have
pros.
Yes. Praise
But
for
what-
when you work as
Vicky's not a fan.
I am not a fan of 9 to 5 at all. I don't like the politics. I don't like working for someone else.
So we're going
I
into
don't-
cons.
No. Let's start with pros. No, let's start with. Let's do the pros.
Honestly, the only
Because
pro
there are people
for
that
me,
love this.
the only pro for me is the fact that like I think it's so like you can basically if you're really like smart and if you really know what you're doing, you can basically kind of plan your 10-year plan. You can say, I'm gonna go to uni, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna study this, then I'm gonna be a junior, then from 5 years after that get promoted to a senior. This
Get
is the
that
salary,
career progression.
career progression. You can basically plan to as much as you possibly can with 9 to 5, like going down the career progression. You can really like plan out your next 10 years if you've chosen your field and you've chosen. So I really like that about it because it takes away like a little bit of the risks that are involved when you're an entrepreneur. And I like the fact that like obviously the money, like I said,
It's
even though you can still get
consistent.
fired, but the money is consistent. It's not based on sales. It's not based on if you did your marketing. It's not based on if your PayPal stops working. It's not based on if Shopify says there's a technical glitch. You're gonna get paid regardless whether there's pandemic, whether there's COVID. You're still gonna get paid. So I think like that stability sometimes is, I think about that as well. It's just
It's
a good thing.
pro, yeah.
The only difference is I want to be paid stable money of 50k a month,
Not 3.
not 3.
Yeah.
So, that's.
And also, I feel like pros in terms of like with 9 to 5 is that some people just don't want to lead. Some people just don't want to
Right.
lead.
I was just about to
They just
say
want
that.
to take on the shoulders of
Just go
an
and do
actual
the, go
company.
do your work and go
Because-
home and like
because
relax.
As a CEO, you have a lot of
Heads.
heavy weight on your shoulders. You're carrying so many things. Some people don't want that. They just want to come home, leave their work. Because with 9 to 5, you're able to leave work.
Yeah.
As soon as 5 is done, you leave.
Yeah.
You walk
Log
out.
off.
And that's so beautiful because you know you're going home to tea. To a nice couch, and everything it's set.
Yeah.
It's like with
Yeah.
9 to 5, there's a lot of structure in 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Whereas with entrepreneurship, there isn't. It's just you're working around the clock. There is no
24/7.
start time. There's no
You're
end
the
time.
marketer, you're the
Yes.
CEO. Even if you have people on your team, you're still all those things. And
So I feel
then
like-
you're still like telling people what to do, but
Yes.
you're basically still, you still have to be all these things.
Yes.
I-
So it's important to also have people like we obviously have our own opinions, but 9 to 5 is amazing for some people. That's they can't see themselves doing any other thing apart from working a 9 to 5 or helping a company grow. Some people see it as giving back, especially some of these like maybe non-profits or if you're working in a small business startup, those type of things. Just some people just love those type of things, and that's important as well, as long as you love where you
I think
are.
some people also love like the role. Like for example, there's some roles that are not really like entrepreneurial roles. They're just like working roles, like it being like working. I don't even know what. Like let's say like being an engineering designer or something. It's like you're making like a product for like, or I don't know. Do you get like it's like roles
You
that
just
people,
love
like,
what
they
you
love the
do.
role.
Yeah, like for
Yeah.
example, I was actually going to add to that because when I worked as a 9 to 5, even though it wasn't like 9 to 5, I was a nurse.
Right.
See, so with nursing, it's those kind of roles is more
You love what
tailored
you're
towards like
doing,
helping people. Watching people
care.
because it's rewarding.
You're not gonna go and start your own hospital.
Exactly.
Like,
Some people are not about making money.
Yeah.
They're not about I just want to be
Yeah.
growing wealth. No.
No.
They just want to make an impact.
And some people would honestly choose that over
Yes.
like going down
Fully.
the route.
Absolutely.
Fully.
And they have every right to because it's not
Fully,
easy.
yes.
Yeah.
So they
because
have
when
every
I
right
was a
to.
nurse, I enjoyed it. Like I loved, helping people, watching people get better. You can actually track their progress, and people come to like the relatives come and they're like, oh my god, thank you so much. So it can be really rewarding. You can feel like, wow, I did make a difference somewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas entrepreneurship, they're just self-centered brats. They're just
When
like,
you,
okay,
when you
come
do
on.
your work, when you finish, you also clap for yourself. You give yourself
Exactly.
a pat on the back,
Exactly.
and then you move on to the next thing.
That's
your
like one of the.
own.
Is it a con of being an entrepreneur? It's kind of.
There are
is
many
a con.
cons.
It's a
there
con.
are
Where
many
it's a lonely
Path.
journey and path.
Yeah.
Honestly, you have to be
Very.
like your own motivator.
Before we go on to
the cons,
entrepreneurship, sorry
Oh.
to cut you short. Let's do the cons for 9 to 5.
Yes.
It's 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You have to wake up.
But honestly, I loved 9 to 5. So basically,
Atola.
if we're looking at the three of us, obviously we're all different, yeah? We're all now like in business and stuff, and you like half an hour.
Yeah.
But like, I actually loved my 9 to 5.
Right.
Because it was a rewarding thing. It was like an emotional thing. Do you understand? Like, it was like, you know, I'm helping someone. And even when I worked in like a project management company, that was slightly different. I didn't really like that much, because I felt like I'm just doing paper kind of stuff. How am I helping people here? If that makes sense. So, but as a nurse, I loved it.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is nice.
I've done a few 9 to 5 kind of roles, and even the ones where I was like a manager and everything, I still didn't like it. I think a big thing for me was feeling like I'm just like underused, underperforming. So I think it's like, because I've been an entrepreneur for literally like 11 years now. So doing like let me just give you a little story. Like in the past 11 years, there's parts where you're an entrepreneur and things don't go well, and then you go back to do 9 to 5 to obviously rack up some money, and then you try to do it starts again. So I've done that like quite a few times where it's like, okay, things aren't going well, some things happened, I need more money, I need to go and do 9 to 5. So then I would go and basically apply for a job and get a 9 to 5. So that's where my 9 to 5 experiences basically come from. So my point is, during those times when I've had to like do like manager for like warehouse companies and all this kind of stuff, it's just like my brain, I just felt like I shouldn't be here, like I'm not even at my full capacity. So it really like took like even though I only did like 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, but I thought even though somebody did receptionist, and I was just like, I'll just be here answering phones, like, gee, like I'm so you, and I'll go home and do like my entry. Exactly, you literally feel like I can do the marketing for this company. But and then it's like you just like there, just how you answer phones. So for me, 9 to 5, I didn't like that. And then I don't like the politics, like office politics of 9 to 5. I don't like having to fake smile, fake be happy, fake
kissing people,
suck up to your manager.
Can't do it. I can't. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at like basically being a suck up. So that, and it doesn't really bode well if you're in an office environment. You kind of basically have to know how to suck up and how to do all these things, and I really could not do it. So I really hated all that. We need to pause because battery again.
Battery's dying.
Let me put the charge in. Carry on,
guys. The realities of these things, you know.
It's not uncensored, so.
But you know that it keeps recording, right?
Yeah.
It is recording. It is recording.
So you can stop it. Why don't you stop it and start again?
No. It is what it is.
Oh, you want to keep it as
it is what it is.
Okay, cool.
We said we're not editing.
So cool.
So we're not editing.
We're not editing.
So sorry.
In advance. So yeah, that's definitely a con, the office politics. I think I'm just a little bit cautious about what I say because I'm still working. I don't want them to fire me yet. I will leave on my own terms. Thank you very much. But I think, the office politics is a big one for me as well, because I just feel like on a normal day, I really would not be talking to you. Really and truly, on a normal day, we have nothing in common.
Amy and Sarah and 60-year-old women, like,
or men, and
like,
like we will not be hanging out having coffee together on a normal day. And I work in an engineering company, so it's very, very techy, very technical, and you mostly have men that work in my company, and not young men either. So it's and like
also Caucasian. You know when you have like other Black people or other Nigerians,
you feel a bit more. You feel
like you can have lunch, but like I used to just feel like I want to go home. Like there's no other Black person. I'm already a manager. Every other worker is like together. So in the managers, there's 4 of us. I'm the only woman. I'm the only Black one. I'm the only young one. You just feel like I just
not saying that we only have to hang around with Black people or anything, but there should be at least it's a topic I actually raised at my current company as well, that I'm walking around and why am I the only one that looks like me? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not represented in this company. That means my interests are not being taken into account. So all these different things come into play to make you feel a certain way in that environment. So that's like the office politics, and that's what was the first con that you said?
my brain basically being underutilized.
Yeah, being underutilized at work.
So those will be like my cons.
Yeah, that's
For me, I feel like when I'm working, it's like I'm doing important work, but to me, it's a waste of my time because I really want to do things
Something else
for myself. I really have my own business. I'm looking at my social media that needs to be upgraded. I'm looking at my marketing. I need to raise more marketing money.
Right.
I need to refurbish my website. I have so much to do. Do you get? So, but I'm here like talking to all of these men about their engineering projects. So it's just like every time I have to log in the morning, I'm like, oh dear God, please grace for today, because it's really, really difficult to be in that position.
Yeah.
And I think another mistake maybe, because obviously I have plans at the moment in place that would help me get to where I need to be in the near future. But if that wasn't in place, I would probably resign from my current job. Because another important thing that is that even if you're in a place like me where you have to kind of continue to do your 9 to 5 while doing your business for a while, you should at least enjoy the 9 to 5, just like Tola said. But I'm in a place right now where I don't enjoy my company. I don't enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing.
Exactly,
I don't enjoy the kind of projects and the kind of things that I have to do.
It's like you just don't like going into work.
I don't like going into work. And it is such a demoralizing feeling, because at the end of your 8 hours in the day, you are mentally and emotionally drained because you've just spent so much time being somewhere that you don't want to be. So
yeah, definitely with 9 to 5 you definitely have to enjoy it, otherwise you're gonna be a miserable rat.
And a lot of people I think a lot of people are though.
Yeah, a lot of people are
miserable.
very
Like,
miserable.
people think that entrepreneurs think that we don't rate 9 to 5ers.
Which is not true.
They feel like we're like, oh, if you're doing 9 to 5,
you don't know what you're doing.
You're broke for life.
You're broke. No, honestly,
No.
especially coming from that perspective where we've also been there.
Yeah.
Especially someone like myself, where I've done something quite personal that I actually wanted to do. So it's something that I enjoyed doing. Like I had goals for myself. I was like, oh, after 2 years, I'm gonna be promoted to band. After a year, I'm gonna be promoted to band 6, and then to band 7. Honestly, I gave myself a two year plan that in 2 years I have to be band 7 manager, kind of, going for it. Yes,
career progression.
I already planned. I was thinking in 4 years I don't actually want to be a nurse, so I didn't want to be like on the ward. I wanted to be
in managerial position.
like the lawmakers.
Yes.
I wanted to be like, so I was like, well, I need to be like 8. So there's like band 8, there's band 9, band 9A, band 9B. I don't know how they do it now. But back then, talking like a decade ago, it's like band 9C, and that's like the lawmakers, where you're literally just sitting down and just saying, you're not doing all this injecting people, giving
you're doing medication.
You're like the top of the.
You're doing policies. You're doing all those type of things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
You have to enjoy it.
So those are some
So
of
to
the
all our
cons.
95ers, if you're enjoying it,
kudos to you. Keep going, because in our companies we also need 9-to-5ers.
Right? Good one. Not
like
the ones that don't enjoy it. So we want the ones that will enjoy it, which is
Yes, no,
but you
we
know
want-
the funny
yeah,
thing is,
definitely.
that's actually something that I actually think about sometimes, when it's like, what kind of environment would I want my employees to basically be happy in? Whereas they'll come into work and literally be like, oh, I love it here, like, bonuses, and it's like, definitely when you get to that large scale and everything, it's like definitely a thing I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs would implement. It's like what you say of like these like new startups and everything, they're more like Google kind of companies, not like
more flexible.
more flexible, more accepting, new age.
Yeah.
So I think
No, definitely.
you don't want people to work for you and be miserable, or they don't like their pay, or they don't like coming in. You don't really want
because
that.
those are the experiences that we've had at the end of the day. So moving forward, we know that we want to create a different environment in our companies where our own employees will love the company as much as you love the company, almost as much as you love the company, love their job role, love the environment, and then they feel rewarded for their hard work as well. Very
and they'll
important.
actually give a crap about your company. it's not just about clocking in and I'm going home, I'm clocking out. And they'll bring ideas, they'll bring, maybe you should try this, maybe like, oh, I heard about this, but then when it's just there for like, I just need the money, they're gonna clock in, clock out, and bounce. Yeah, and it makes a difference when they actually love their work.
Okay, so let's move on to entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Pros or cons? What are we starting with?
We start with pros.
Pros. Yeah. What are the pros of entrepreneurship, Vicky?
Okay, pros of entrepreneurship. One of my favorite pros is it's the freedom, the flexibility, the freedom of time and flexibility of time. That's definitely one of my favorites, because even though it's a lot of work, your time is your time. So even if my husband is sleeping, I can just wake up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go and work for like 6 hours, and it's the same thing. Like, I don't have to do like 8 to 6 p.m. I can decide, you know what, I'm going shopping, and when I come back, I'm going to work for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I like the flexibility of being able to basically do it as and when. Yeah. That's my personality in general.
Yeah. So and freedom of time.
Second, I think I like is the almost insurmountable amount of money that can be made.
Amen. Hallelujah.
That's one of my that's another one, because obviously with 9 to 5, even I feel like even at the highest, which is very, very rare, like, you know, not everyone's gonna be like a director of Amazon or something. So I feel like even at like the highest, people earning 150, 180 a year, and everything. 200,
there's like 250k. So
even 250K.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to, obviously, you don't want to reduce it for them, because there are people that love 9 to 5 years.
Yeah, but even 250k is rare.
250K,
rare. Even 120 is rare.
It's rare, especially for young people.
Young people.
If you've not been working for 40 years.
We're talking about rare. Like 5 years, 10 years, like the same way like how you can get it with being an entrepreneur, having a business. Yeah. It's like, you know, like that 250k, it's like almost like a maximum. It's almost like the height of the height. And really and truly, when I sit down and I think of 250k being the height of my height, it's a no.
It's a no for you.
It's a no. So I feel like that was one of the things as well that pushed me, where it was like, even because initially I was going to be a lawyer, so I was like, even if I'm going to be a lawyer and I work in a law firm and everything, and I'm earning 200k or 250k, and I'm like, I've got my nice car, my nice apartment, and I've got all this, but I'm like, I want more. Like I want more. So it's like, another thing is, I always think about the fact that like, even if you do get to that 250k as a 9 to 5 person, the amount of work and time that will be taken from you, because you're not going to be earning 250k and be chilling
off at 5 o'clock.
Exactly,
and be saying, no, I want to go on holiday tomorrow.
You're going to be like, you're going to have regions under you. You're going to be having meetings. So it's going to be like, I really want to have that family time and like be there and pick my kids up from school and everything. So it's like, really and truly for me, it made sense. Like the only thing that I could do was basically put my head down and get all my businesses to where I want, because I can't have that freedom and that money with 9 to 5. So those are the two things that I really consider like the biggest pro for being an entrepreneur for me.
Freedom of time and then feeling capped.
Or
not being capped and financially.
Yes.
What about you? Me? I definitely agree with Vicky on her 2 points in terms of freedom of time. Just knowing that, I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock. I'm not looking at the time that I'm going to catch the train to get on the train an hour and a half to get to work in the morning. I get up, I get dressed if I want.
If you even want, get dressed.
If I want to brush my hair,
you get my MacBook.
I bring up my laptop and I'm already at work.
I'm at work.
You get what I mean? I really, really love that. And then also just exercising different parts of my brain, because I'm just speaking personally, you know, my creative side, my, you know, in terms of, you know, designing, coming up with new ideas, all those type of things. I don't get that opportunity in my 9 to 5 because you have to follow the structure that has been put in place. So exercising parts of my brain that I wouldn't otherwise be doing, for me, I love that. Definitely the earning potential. I mean, Vicky's already really said everything that needed to be said about that. The earning potential is amazing, and I think just
It's limitless.
because it's not for everyone. So it's like just the thought of knowing that, oh, I can build something, you know, I can grow something and a whole business.
It can continue to grow.
Even whether I'm here or not, I can develop something that will outlive me.
Especially in now where it's like, you know, e-commerce is like such a huge thing. Even though it's been for a while, but like it's huge, and it's like you don't even have to ship. You don't even have to package. You just need to basically find a business and it's all done. So literally you could be earning money and I'm in Nigeria with my friends and I'm earning money. I don't have to actually be in an office doing work. And to me, that is just like, even if I always say this, I think you should always say it too. Even if someone said, we'll pay you 10K per month to do 9 to 5, and someone said, we'll pay you 10K per month as an entrepreneur, I would choose the 10K as an entrepreneur because the other pros that you get with the free time and the free, even if it was 8K, I would still choose being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because that free time and that flexibility and everything that you get with it, no amount, you would accept even less money to be able to do those things.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, I'm definitely team entrepreneur.
Yeah,
definitely.
And that's how I think of it as well. I think this is my way, you know, some people's way is to work in a company, and my way of like giving back and developing something that my family can enjoy and, you know, my future children can enjoy, and building the kind of, you know, wealth and family environment that, you know, I never had, and I know most people never had, but knowing that it's possible, that I can do this just by working and applying myself to something that I want to do. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't have to see, you know, I don't have to be rich now, but I know that, you know, as long as I've got the right variables in place and aligned at the right time, it's a possibility for my children to just have a completely different life.
Right.
And that's part of my motivations for continuing as an entrepreneur. So
and soon she gonna be out of 9 to 5.
And we'll be celebrating.
woo! Can't wait.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Very soon.
So
But yeah, for me, the pros for me is, I think it's just being able to create a solution. Just know that I'm creating solutions somewhere, and also
Harvey's
just implementing
Academy.
change.
We didn't even tell them what we do. My God.
Oh yeah, they're probably thinking,
That's another video.
who the heck are these people?
That's another video.
Stay
What do they even know about entrepreneurship? What they doing?
It's Trisha. Well, like,
Entrepreneurs.
What they
and
doing?
like, if I'm already making £2 a month, why should I call her entrepreneur? No,
We'll come back and tell you.
Yeah, you guys should
what
write your
we
questions down because
do.
we think we're gonna do some kind of
Q&A.
is it Q&A or about us, get to know us?
Oh, get to know
Yeah.
us.
Because I think if we're gonna be talking about these things, it would be good if you guys had some
Context.
and
What's
clarity
the
on like
background, yes.
what we're actually talking about.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's like
What
these random
they
three
think?
girls.
Who the heck are
These
they?
random three girls talking about
My
entrepreneurship.
business makes £100 a month.
You
I
know?
have you know.
It's a lie. Should be on the streets.
Oh god, but yeah, we think we'll definitely have another video that would yeah.
But yeah,
Sorry,
I just like no, I just like being able to. I think I come more from that. Of course,
Creative.
making money as well, but just solutions. So I'm always trying to find problems everywhere. Like, you know, what's the issue? So yeah, I mean, coming from where I really wanted to be as a nurse, you can tell that I want to be
works,
part
it
of
makes
the
sense.
policy changers. You know,
Game
I want
changers.
to be changing
Statues
the issues
in
that I can
Times
see
Square.
on the ward.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So, and I think
This
I've literally
method
just-
was
yeah,
by
this method.
Caris, Israel,
You know?
Tola,
Come on.
Rennie.
Come
This policy.
Love.
Come on.
You finished
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially
Absolutely.
that's it. Vicky said it. Yeah, freedom of time, freedom of making money.
Yeah.
No cap, nothing, no limits. Sky is not even the limit. It's
Yeah.
just it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Now
Cons.
There are many cons though.
Plenty.
Just as we have a lot of
Plenty.
pros, there are
Yeah.
many.
There are plenty.
there are plenty cons, to be fair. Like, if really and truly, I can actually understand. Even though if you know me, I'm like entrepreneur advocate to a lot of people, but really and truly, not everyone can do it.
No.
Not everyone, and that's
entrepreneurship.
not coming from like a cocky like, oh yeah, we can do it, you can't. It's not about that. It's the fact that like literally, it's a lot of self-work, like a lot of self-work. We all have husbands that are actually very, very good and very, very involved in like helping and being supportive, but it's still a very, very lonely thinking. Even the one like while my husband is sleeping, I'm waking up thinking, oh God, I could do this. Oh, I didn't do that. Like literally. Yeah. And the more like, you know, businesses or companies or things that you're taking up, your brain is on 100 all the time.
Like I always say, I use the word, my brain is overheating.
Yeah. Overrunning,
like
overheated.
The temperature is high.
Like you're constantly
my head is hot.
Thinking. And obviously, I think for most entrepreneurs, it's you want to grow, you want to make money, you want to get better, you want to look better. It's like, okay, so like you were saying before, revamping the website, new packaging, or new trends, how to get people more involved. So you're always, it's not like today we're going to do something, you're going to be like, this one is perfect, and you leave it
I'm
for
going to
a year.
rest. No.
Tomorrow you're thinking bank holiday, new banner, this thing, and even if you're
constantly on the go.
even if you've got people that you know work under you that do these things, even the fact that you have to basically make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing at the time. It's also like a thing.
Exactly.
So I think you kind of need some kind of personality to in the first place to be an entrepreneur.
You have to be a very dogged person in terms of you have to be determined. You have to believe in what you're doing. You cannot rely on the opinion of others because they will fail you.
They will annoy you.
You might say an idea to somebody like, oh my God, I think this is going to be amazing.
That's not
they'll be
gonna
like,
really?
I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't get it. You know? But in your heart of hearts, even if you don't even have the evidence, it's a thing that entrepreneurs have. You just feel it. You feel it that this thing is going to work. I know it's going to work. So you have to be your own cheerleader.
Because you're going to spend a lot of time trying to convince people, especially before you start. Yeah. When you start and people start seeing money and progress and house and car, they're like, oh yeah, that's of course, oh yeah, hair is a good business, of course, selling bread is a good business, of course that's gonna work. But before you told them that, before you started and you told them I'm gonna be selling bread in IKEA, they were like, IKEA selling bread, who's gonna buy that?
Who's gonna buy that?
But then you're like, no, because people eat, people are tired.
Another thing they say is that it's a saturated market.
Oh my God, I hear that all the time.
It's a saturated market.
You need a niche to be able to do a business. It's a lie.
You don't. You can copy and paste.
You can copy and paste
and still be very wealthy.
And you can also make it your own. Yeah. There are different methods and different ways.
We'll talk about that definitely in another.
We will talk about
different ways to do like your businesses. Yeah. Like we all have different businesses, and all the different businesses are different in different ways. Like there's so many different ways run. Yeah. Everything. Like you can do them in different ways, and it's not always gonna be like in innovation. It's not always gonna be like never been seen, never been heard before. So it can even be something that's already, like I just said, bread, but maybe you're gonna be selling pink bread.
It's a slight innovation.
If you've done your research and you know that pink bread will sell because Nicki Minaj fans love pink bread and there's a million of them, then you market it to Nicki Minaj fans and then you make your money selling pink bread to Nicki Minaj.
Brain right now.
And we're veering off actually. We're veering off. We're going away from the pros and cons.
Anyway,
I'm just trying to say to you, like, obviously, like, you have to be very, very much motivated, self-motivated, and stand on your knowledge and research, because if you're easily swayed, you speak to one person and
they will put you off.
They'll put you off.
Yeah.
So that's one of the cons.
So you have to be determined to support yourself.
You have to have tough skin because there will be a lot of
You have to have tough skin. Yeah. Another con. Can you think of another con?
Risks.
Yes,
very high risk.
Very high.
Very, very high risk.
You could have money today and be poor tomorrow. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Even before you even get to having money, but the money that you spend to even like start the business,
and you may not even make it back.
You might not make it back. Yeah. Or you might not make it back until 4 years.
Yeah.
You might be at a loss for 2 years, then be at break-even point.
You may not even be at break-even point.
That's
for
even
years.
good. That's even good.
That's even good because you're still eventually.
You can be at loss for 10 years.
Yes.
And you pack up.
Yeah.
So it's like there's it's like it's a huge risk.
It's a huge risk.
Yeah.
So, which is why obviously, if you really want to be an entrepreneur, research is key.
Yeah.
But that is one of the cons of, because even after some research, it can just be like your marketing fails.
Yeah.
Or people just don't like you.
It could just be a slight variable.
Yeah.
That makes your business not succeed. Like Vicky has been through so many businesses. Some work, some don't work. But she's here because the entrepreneur in her is like it's who she is.
Never give up.
It's who she is.
Right.
So she doesn't give up. She's like, oh, this didn't work. Okay, that's fine. I'll take my lessons and I'll start a different idea. And she moves on to the next thing. That's the kind of attitude you need to have, because it is
a lot of
very
perseverance.
risky. If you're not someone, if you're someone that always likes to have money in your accounts at the beginning, you might want to think, or you can be like me, because I'm that person. You can be like me and continue working your 9 to 5 for a while,
but then
until you feel like
your head is completely overheated.
You just be taking up a lot, but it's like a small sacrifice for like the long term. So that is something that you can definitely do your 9 to 5 while you're trying to set up something. But I know some people that literally just be like, you know what,
I'm done.
I'm going head in, like I'm jumping in, and you know, what will happen will happen. If it doesn't work, I will go back.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that is one of the cons.
Definitely very risky.
Yeah.
Very risky business.
What other cons do we have?
What other cons do we have to being an entrepreneur? So we've said
you actually do lose a lot of friends.
You do.
And perhaps family.
You do. It's linked in with the other
family. I have a different one for family and friends.
Friends, you do lose friends.
You do lose friends because number one, you become engrossed.
They just
in what
look
you're
at you like
doing.
you don't care.
You become engrossed in what you're doing so much that this is your new passion. This is what you're all about.
Your baby.
And
they
your
call
baby.
you to come out, you say
and
no.
And you're not really on par with maybe their interests anymore. That becomes a problem. They don't believe in your idea. There's jealousy. There's jealousy. They don't believe in your idea.
They think you're just
wasting your time. Or like, you know, who does she think she is? She thinks she's gonna become a billionaire in like 2 years.
Yeah, right. They were
or
literally
whatever.
in their brains are like,
I am.
yeah, right.
She said I am. That's right. So things like that. Definitely you would lose a few friends. But you gain a few friends. I mean, look at us.
I think you also gain friends, and you also gain friends, I think, that are more
on the same journey as you. And it makes so much sense that way.
And then it's like when you're talking about like, you guys, this month we made 50k. It's like, yes, tell me your tricks. What did you do?
Because we understand, we know.
How's your Google? What did you pay? What, like, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not a thing of like bragging, and it's not a thing of like, you're failing because you're only making 2k.
No, we
like,
encourage
it's
and we help
an
each other.
encouragement. Whereas because you're all doing the same thing, you all kind of understand like, what are you using? Where are you going? Did you use Pink? Did you try Canva? Did you try this? It's like you get like that community as well that can kind of help you. So you do lose friends, but then you kind of make friends that I guess are better for you,
more valuable.
Because for example, if I invite Vicky to come somewhere with me and she says no, I will literally understand why. I'm not gonna be like, why you
not this weekend? I'm busy.
If she says, I'm busy, I honestly understand why. Because that could have been me. I could have literally just said, Vicky, I can't do it. And we all understand. It's not gonna be like, she doesn't want to be my friend anymore. Oh no, it's nothing personal.
There are other things. There are other things, especially when you're a one-man band. I
have like a mini con about being an entrepreneur as well. People think that like literally you're made of gold, you're made of money. So people tend to feel entitled to asking you for things.
It's true. Just because, you know, for example, like these ladies here, they don't work a 9 to 5. They just do entrepreneurship. So obviously they're in different phases. But imagine if, you know, one of them was like, you know, just grinding. Maybe the business is not making as much yet as what they need to do. But, you know, in the eyes of other people, she works for herself. She's living off of, you know, her business money. So she must be rich. Money. She must be making money. Do you get what I mean? But that's not always the case.
But then do you know why they think that way?
Because you're able to survive.
No, but it's not even just that. So, for example, if you ever meet someone that is an entrepreneur and someone that is a 9-to-5er, when you go to a shop, there is a high likelihood that the entrepreneur will not check the price tag. Or even if they do check the price tag,
You check at the till.
yes. And even if you view money from a different perspective.
Right.
You have a different relationship with money.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're not a slave to money, because money work for us. We don't work for money. So there is a massive difference in that. So we're not counting an hour that, oh my God, I'm going to buy this dress for £50. Ha! Have I worked 3 hours or 2 hours?
Right.
We don't view money that way. So we can dish out, say, £50 without thinking about it, because that £50 was
Sometimes.
it's not per hour.
Sometimes
It depends on the cost.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So, but I'm talking of £50 now, like £50.
Yeah, I agree that we
You're
have.
talking from your point of view, but there'll be entrepreneurs watching this and thinking,
I check
£50
lot of money.
marketing money on Pinterest for 2 days. What do you mean?
Exactly.
But yeah.
But like, if you were to say we're going shopping,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
just
yeah.
random £50.
We
just flying
literally
in the
did
air.
that like 2 days ago.
Guys, we
Well,
went
what
to
did you
TK Maxx.
No, them.
We
Trust
were-
me,
yeah.
I'm more prudent than they are. I promise you, I'm very
We went-
prudent.
We went to
These
TK
two,
Maxx side
They're the
story
worst.
Oh god.
to look at one
What did
thing.
you go there? It was your fault. You said, "Oh, this is to just check something."
They just drop in, guys. We came back with a boot and the back seats full of
No, they
furniture.
did. I'm very prudent. Even everyone, even
And then
both of you know.
we looked at ourselves and we were like,
We came
wow,
here to check
we came
something.
here.
She went to buy one lamp.
I ended up with 4.
Oh, like how ridiculous. She just went there to
I
support.
bought
That
those.
company.
She just
You
support.
know
Let me
what's funny?
support my friend.
This girl
Came
now,
up with 10 bags.
she bought more than
I
me.
bought.
Spent
I went to a
hundreds
company just to go and just
of pounds
let me go with you.
just to support. Just pick a lamp. No, I wouldn't do that. No,
It
no.
happens.
It
It
happens.
happens. It happens.
Yeah.
It's not
I
every
blame-
day.
I blame you.
No, it's not every day. It's not every day.
But Vicky
But sometimes.
dashes her money more. So if you guys are in need, go alone.
No,
If you're
please.
looking for money
Drop
to
it in
loan,
the comment
just say, Vicky,
section.
please loan me 5k.
Wow.
Amen.
And she'll say,
She'll say here.
she'll say, I can give you 2.5.
Please stop telling them my tricks. So they'll not ask me. They'll not ask me for 10k. They'll say, because I know I'll give 5. No. But I do believe being an entrepreneur, though, being a giver and being like a going towards philanthropy, is one of I think is my ultimate goal.
Yes,
though,
yes,
because I think giving is
It's
biblically
huge. It's a
and
blessing, yes.
yeah, it's a
It's huge. It's a
blessing.
blessing.
So,
Huge
You
part
give
of
to
it.
receive, yes.
Yeah.
But not to receive, literally.
Yeah.
but
it's a
people
blessing.
still feel entitled to your money. They'll be like, you are
But
driving.
you're driving.
What do you
What's
mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
But like
They judge you like,
even
oh, you're
family. Mommy, I'm
bag.
seeing mommy. What's up? It's like, you don't need
What's
this.
this money to you?
Just give me, boomy.
Yeah.
You don't need £100. What's it?
How much is £100?
How much is
that?
£100? Like it's money.
It is money.
But
It's
yeah.
But then the other thing as well is that a lot of entrepreneurs are actually very prudent. People think we just splash. Trust me, if you ever see
You can't.
us splashing money,
You
it's because
can't.
it's
money
we
that
would
we
have
planned
worked.
it.
We
Yeah.
need to put it aside.
It's
Yeah,
not
we put it-
splashing.
yeah.
We've
It's
worked
splashing money.
for
Yeah, it's
months
not.
and
It's not.
months. Yeah.
It's money that can be splashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not money that the business needs.
Yeah, no.
Not
A
at all.
real and a good entrepreneur will not be splashing cash
From
that-
the business.
From the business.
You will splash your
needs.
salary.
You splash your salary
Yeah.
whatever way you
And
want.
you probably would have gone through months and years
Without a salary at all.
Yeah, that's
So when you see an entrepreneur splashing cash,
They've worked.
suffered.
they've suffered for
They've
that.
not
They've
worked.
shit.
worked
They've suffered.
for it.
They've
Yes,
suffered.
they've
Trust me.
suffered for it.
There's suffering. Years of
It's true.
suffering.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I was even going to
Years
say,
of
what are you guys
tears.
going to say to round up the video? 95 or entrepreneurship, but obviously you guys are definitely team entrepreneur.
Team entrepreneur.
Well, I mean, we've definitely chosen our paths.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
But I still feel like,
I would
it's
love
a
to actually,
personal-
I would
it's a
love to
personal
see if
choice.
anyone that is watching this is like way more team 9 to 5. Can you please write it
Interesting.
down
Comment
and
down
say
below.
like why you're like definitely team 9 to 5?
So
Even
you
though-
maybe see from your own perspective.
yeah.
As we said at the beginning, our disclaimer, this is based on our own opinions and
I mean,
our
they can already tell
own
because we we said things
We've
from our
already,
own
yes,
stories.
exactly, from our own stories, from our own experiences. So we're not trying to coerce you into one path rather than the other path.
Just
Do
what we
whatever is
prefer.
best for you, but this is our life. This is what we prefer to do. So yeah, definitely. There are many, many more pros and cons. I'm sure if we actually sat down to talk about it more, we would list out a lot more.
Yeah.
But I think this is just like a good sample. Maybe later on we'll do another video on it.
Yeah.
But this is just like a good sample on where our heads are at.
I think we should definitely do a video on how to be successful as a 9-to-5er.
As a 9-to-5er.
And how to be successful
as an entrepreneur.
Because
That
I
would be
actually
a
truly
good
believe
one.
you can do it both ways.
And
Yes.
be successful.
And be actually like millionaires for both.
Yes.
Not 1 millionaire and 100 like millionaires for both.
Yeah.
We'll do a video and actually how to actually do that.
Yeah.
It's just whichever one your personality is more inclined to, that you would make the choice on. Because
Agreed.
if I really was forced to be a 9-to-5er, it would not make a difference. I would still be a millionaire.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Amen to
Anyway.
that. If you want to get that video or watch that video, make sure you like this one. Make sure
So we know you guys are watching at least.
exactly. Make sure you comment, because part of this is a discussion. It's interactive. We want to also get your own perspective as well. So comment what you think, if you learned anything, if you agree, if you disagree.
Exactly.
We want to know. Make sure you subscribe as well to our channel, because we have lots of goodies coming your way as well. Thank you guys again for watching, and we will see you again soon.
Bye.